Hi guys, it's Miss Leanne, and today I'm going to give an update on my life, and then I'm going to say how I think the election went so well, and why I'm very proud of my vote. So, if you guys don't know me, my name is Hope Stunkel. I am a 23-year-old college student at Western Illinois University, majoring in political science with a double minor in psychology and sociology. I was hoping to go to law school, which I will also be updating on that in a minute, and some other things. So, yeah. So without further ado, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on all those post notifications for when I upload a brand new video, because you never know when I'm uploading. I just kind of upload wherever I go. So, anyways, let's get on to a few updates. So I have been so busy with the school semester. I don't know how people vlog and do their college work. I personally cannot, so kudos to you. And I'm just not one of those girlies that can do that. So kudos to anybody who can do that. So basically, I'm coming on here for an update because I graduate, and some bad news have been going on in my personal life that I'm not getting into. And anyways, I have to reiterate what I'm saying because my cat decides to be a menace to society, so I had to lock her in my bedroom with litter box and food. So there you go. So anyways, I was going to go to law school and stuff like that, but I've had personal problems going on in my family life that I just am not talking about, because privacy, and two, it's none of your business. So, I was originally going to go to law school and get my JD, but because of my mental health, I don't think I could mentally handle law school. I've made that realization, so people are going to be pissed that I'm not going to law school. It's not that I don't want to go to law school now, but maybe in the future I will. So, I feel like I just need time to focus on myself. I will still maybe put some law school applications in. I don't know. Don't quote me on it because I'm not sure. Because I'm just overall very busy with life, and my family is more important to me than my education right now. Even though I'm graduating in a month, I don't like being far away from my family. I do not. I absolutely hate it. I don't like it. I don't like not seeing my mom on a regular. I don't like not seeing my siblings on a regular. I don't like not seeing my family. I love my family. My family is the most amazing, the most fun, and the most adorable mixed family ever. That can get a bit crazy sometimes, but in a good way. So, yeah. So I'm not going to law school anymore only because of that reason. I may be getting a master's, online. I might do a master's. I don't really know yet, but I'm here to say that I had to pause on the paralegal certificate too, because I had 7 classes this semester and had to drop 1 for my paralegal course, but I had 6 other classes, and it was just really hard to do and be involved in a bunch of activities. Most of the activities are done now, honestly. I can just kind of relax and just kind of get my schoolwork done and just kind of cram every study session in that I can. And I've been really sick. I've been sick for about over a week, and I've had no class at all for a week. I am not kidding you. I have had no class for a week, and it kind of felt good, but it kind of feels weird, and yeah. So I don't know what's supposed to happen, but hopefully I can get this done as soon as possible. Get in a positive attitude, get in a positive mindset, because I have to realize that I'm doing something for my family. And I feel like advocating for disabilities is a calling to me from God. So that's what I'm going to do. And even if I have to give up law school for life, I don't care. I'd rather advocate for those who are in more vulnerable situations. If it was if I didn't care, I wouldn't drop law school. It's not that I don't want to go. It's just because of that. So you have that to deal with. I have that to deal with. But I am looking for placements in Princeton, Illinois, to where I'll be living now. And I'm a bit excited, but I'm a bit nervous too, because I'm not going to get into every detail. Like, I love my family and stuff like that, but just some things are hard to still deal with, and it's going to just bring back emotions. So I'm not getting into why that is, but just some things are going to be hard to adjust to again, and like adjusting living in a new city again. Now, Princeton is actually bigger than Macomb, so that is amazing to say. I love Princeton. It's nice. It's quiet. It's calm. It's not anything crazy like Chicago. So I'm gonna move to Princeton. I don't know when. I am on a waiting list because I go through HUD housing because of my physical disability of me being in a wheelchair. So we have that to deal with, so that's fun. And I have 3 apartments. And I'm really excited, but I gotta wait. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just get, it's like some little jobs, odd jobs. I know it sounds bad, like people are gonna be like, oh, well, why aren't you doing anything with your degree? I am doing something with my degree, advocacy, political science. I mean, you look at the laws, you look at human rights, you look at like activism. So I'm technically doing something with my degree. It might not be what I want to do with my degree, but I'm doing something with my degree, and that's all that matters. So, on that note, I will also be, like, maybe doing more YouTube videos, maybe being more of a consistent uploader. It's not that I haven't been wanting to upload, it's just that school takes priority over everything else. I'm not going to drop out and quit. I literally have a 1 month left, so why would I do that? I do want to drop out and just be done with school forever, but I do like to learn. I just don't like getting everything done on time, and that's another reason why I might not go to law school, is because I feel like my ADHD I don't know, like, it's not that I'm not motivated to do anything. I'm a very motivated and hard-driven person. It's just I have a harder time getting motivated to do schoolwork and get out of bed. Even when I do a routine, morning, noon, and night, I do a routine, and it still makes it harder to have energy and stuff like that. So, anyways, I will be talking about why I am so happy that Trump got voted as president. The reason I am happy that Trump got voted for president is because of a lot of things and everything that I have seen. So first, let's talk about our lovely ass opponent, who was Kamala Harris and Walz. So I just personally don't like Kamala Harris. She just gives off a really bad vibe, and she's not a good person. The reason I say that is because when I was watching her, like, debates or whatever, she just had this laugh, and it just sounded so evil, and it just grossed my senses out. When I look at her, I almost think about vomiting. That's how much I hate her. But I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be homophobic, transphobic, or anything else, but I do want to say I'm not against gay people or anything like that. I'm not against it. It's just I feel like we have gotten so much more woke, and this is coming from a 23-year-old college student, and they always want to have this, I don't know how you want to say it. They just always want to have, the stereotype that, oh, all college students are woke. Well, I ain't woke, and I'm Republican, and I'll tell you why. So the first one is Kamala Harris is just snide and evil, and is very corrupt to the point when she was a prosecutor for the state of California, don't quote me on it, I would have to look it up. And I will link down the Cartier family video down below. Yes, they are a family YouTube channel of 4 millennial boys, even Gen Z. I don't quote me on it, but this also comes from Gen Z. And they were watching it and they were like, this is effed up. So, like, Trump it is kind of thing. There was a video that was posted where Kamala Harris, when she was running for prosecutor, that she would put parents behind bars who didn't take their children to school. Truancy. Okay, understandable on that note. But on the other side, you have to look at the situations of why the mother's child wasn't going to school. I don't remember what the child had. She had some sort of sickly illness. It was like a disease, and she had to go for so many hospital treatments, so many visits, whatever, this and that, and she was missing school. And the school would know, and my cat's going nuts, but I'm not stopping this. And, so she kept not going to school, and even when the school knew, even though the school knew, Kamala Harris decided to put this woman in jail, and these are black people. People can say racism. People can say, oh, Trump is racist, but if you want to look at racism, this is like the definition of racism in my eyes, because it's just so wrong and so gross to just put somebody behind bars when their child is sick and getting treatments all the time. Like, I have siblings with intellectual and physical disabilities, and they have to go through treatments all the time. They gotta go to the doctors and everything else. Like, when I was a kid, I had to go through a lot of doctors, and I still do gotta go through a lot of doctors. So if people, if I had somebody fire me over that, all hell would be breaking loose. So that's the first thing. The other thing that I really wanted to touch on is the topic of immigration. So immigration can be kind of a tacky thing to talk about, and it is, and I don't care, because I stand by my beliefs and what is true to me. And I also want to let you know I am a full-fledged Christian Republican, so if you want to be mad at me, be mad at me. I don't really fucking care. If you want to agree with me, agree with me. I don't care. I'm all for it. I'm just here to talk and spread my opinion on certain things. I actually sound better when I'm congested. It's kind of weird. But anyways, the reason immigration has become a problem is because people like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were in presidency and in office. So basically, my problem with immigration is not legal immigrants who came with good intentions to make their life better. It's the illegal immigrants that are coming from Venezuela, Mexico, Haiti, like, just not good people. And not only has this risen crime rates, human trafficking has risen, drug cartelling, I don't even know if that's a word, drug trafficking, you would say, has risen up to a point. There's a thing where they were eating the cats and the dogs from when I was watching some news source who's on YouTube. He's an independent journalist. I will link his channel down below, and you can watch his videos and form your own views and opinions based on that. But I also wanted to let you know that I was watching him, and people were saying, like, oh yeah, they were eating the cats and eating the dogs. How do I get this meme? But, like, the amount of immigration has gotten so much higher. Our American rights are being taken away. And I feel that way because we're giving the illegal immigrants health care, free housing, free education, and they don't really deserve it. I'm sorry I sound harsh, but they don't deserve it because, one, they are not legally allowed to be in here, and two, they have higher rates of crime and stuff like that. I understand there's this thing with refugees maybe wanting to get away safer, and I understand they may want to be in a safer place and stuff like that, but, like, you have to look at this. America genuinely cannot handle any more people. It has gotten to the point where Chicago is filled with immigrants. Big cities are filled with immigrants and a lot more crime and stuff like that. I thought I wanted to live in Chicago, but after the immigration thing, like, I'm just not all for it. And another thing is guns. Now, personally, I can't have a gun because, like, I have mental illness and stuff like that, but I always end up carrying pepper spray or some sort of, like, little pocket knife. Now, I don't use it for weapons, but if I had to, I would use it for self-defense weapons. Don't get me wrong, if I had a gun, I would shoot the perpetrator, like, right away. If there was a known serial killer, I'd probably shoot it. If there was a known rapist, I'd probably shoot it. But, like, can't do that when you don't have a gun. And the reason I want guns in our schools... Hey. Look at you! You're on camera! Woohoo! Look at... What is it, kitty? Look at... Hey! You're famous. My cat is being psychotic right now, so you just saw a little glimpse of her. Anyways, so the reason I want guns in our schools is because school shooting rates have gotten higher. And it's gotten to the point where I used to go to school in a very small county in Illinois, the smallest county in Illinois, if you know what that is. Leave it down below in the comments, but I went there, and it's gotten to the point where there's had to be a school resource officer at the smallest high school, which is crazy to say, because we have never had anything like it. Yeah, we maybe had one bomb threat or like stuff like that, but if you look at the school shootings, this has gotten higher. I feel like, and people will say, oh, it's been the same, this and that. No, it has gotten much worse, to the point where bulletproof backpacks have to even be a fear that children do have to deal with. Children have to carry bulletproof backpacks. And if you're wondering why I'm saying that, I will post that TikTok or video like down in the description box as well. But like, no child should have to worry about having to carry a bulletproof backpack from a school shooter. I think teachers should be just there to teach. Yes, I get that. But like, okay, think about it. When you're at home, you have a fire extinguisher or a smoke detector and a set of keys, right? What would happen if you did not have the fire extinguishers, the keys to get in your apartment? No. I'm going to try and make it make sense. Keys are fine. What would happen if you did not have that fire extinguisher when your fire is just out of control? What would you do? And all your windows were locked and your doorknobs were taken off. Like, what exactly would you do? And all the windows were boarded and you had no doorknobs and all the doors were boarded. What would you do? You would die. And that is what it feels like. So, do you need a fire extinguisher every day? No. Just like with teachers and guns is what I think should be a thing. Do they need a gun every day? No. But it'll be there for emergency. They would only have to use it for an emergency if a school shooter were to come. And I feel like that, in some sense, can be better, but it can also be worse. Like if a teacher had a mental illness or generally could not own a gun, there would have to be something in schools to where it would be a requirement for teachers to own guns or something like that. To own guns in schools, just specifically for schools, to be safe. Because if they illegally carried a gun, that's a different story. But if they're owning a gun and being there to defend their students, like when a school shooter starts shooting at them, just look at the case of Sandy Hook. That was freaking sad. And I don't remember how old I was, but I wasn't the age I am now. And I looked at the cost of it, and it's just really crazy. Kids lost their lives over that. Could you imagine if teachers had a gun and shot Adam Lanza, and maybe more kids' lives would have been saved because this individual was known to be very dangerous and very aggressive and very, like, antisocial? Do you know how many school shooters nights before or the days before they do school shootings, how many times they'll brag about having a gun and showing it on social media, or making little jokes like, oh, don't show up to school tomorrow, or something like that. Like, there's a Sandy Hook commercial down below in the description box too that does that. And like, could you imagine if we had guns in school just for teachers in classrooms? Or even like bodyguards would work, but like that might be too much money. So anyways, that's not that point. So I think abortion, immigration, guns, okay. So another thing people might be coming at me for would be LGBTQIA+. How many letters of the alphabet do we need? I think we just need the letters of the alphabet to be scrambled. Okay, I don't have anything against gay people. I am not homophobic. I actually have a lot of friends who are gay or like go under the LGBTQIA umbrella. I'm not being homophobic or anything, but it gets to the point when people are starting to identify as animals. If people are starting to identify as animals and have these little ears and these like $1 billion furry costumes and these tails, and it's not so much that. It's more so of like them biting and pouncing and scratching the way dogs and cats do. My cat personally doesn't because I got a cool cat, but like, you know what I mean. If they have that pit bull behavior and they are injuring your kid, what would that look like to a normal person? For a normal individual, they would say that's battery, that's assault, that's a crime. But because these people are identifying as cat or dog or chicken or panther or whatever the fuck they want to identify as, go ahead. I don't care. But if you start hitting my kid, your ass is gonna be beat, one way or the other. So like, but these kids who are identifying as animals are not getting held accountable. They get away with it, and they can do it again because teachers are like, oh, be nice and stuff like that, because they want to identify as cat or identify as hog and have mud in the bathroom, which I think is a disaster. Another thing that I think is a problem is not saying the Pledge of Allegiance every single morning in school. It's another reason why if I had kids, I'd homeschool them and give them a flag. Not the gay flag, not the pansexual flag, not the satanic flag, not any other flag besides the Pledge of Allegiance. And if you don't know how it goes, here it goes. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, in liberty and justice for all, I think. Yeah. Anyways, kids aren't even standing for the pledge or even wanting to do the national anthem at like Veterans Days. Are they even having Veteran Day assemblies? Because I'm not sure anymore based on the state of our country. I'm not sure. But like, they're putting all these different flags up and it's kind of awkward, especially to the mini kid psyche. Like, that would mess a kid up for life. And then when they see America, and then when they see, if they've never seen an American flag, which most likely they all have, 4th of July, it's like, why do we even celebrate 4th of July if we're banning the American flag in schools? Like, that to me is a problem. I'm not saying that we shouldn't support gay people or whatever, but whenever you're putting the gay flag up over our American flag that our military and our soldiers and that our founding fathers founded, I think that's a bit of a problem to today's society, and I think it's a bit like, it's a bit difficult to process because I have never thought to have seen this kind of outcry. I am genuinely scared for my youngest nephew, who is now 8 years old. I am genuinely scared for him. So that's a lot of fun to deal with, and I have a younger niece named Harper, and she just turned 6, so I'm genuinely really scared. And most of my nieces and nephews are pulling through, but like, what's gonna look like in the next 20 years and stuff like that. And because I think with Trump as our president, I think he will definitely make the country better. He will make it more safer. He will build that wall that was built, but sleepy Joe Biden and Kamala Harris decided to auction it and put it down and sell it and stuff, like sell parts and pieces to it. So I'm really glad that Kamala Harris didn't win. This is probably one of the worst elections that I've ever witnessed in my life. I thought Joe Biden was bad when he was president, but when Kamala Harris was president, when Joe Biden stepped down because of his mental capacity deteriorating, I think, she was president, because usually in a constitution class or an American government class, the basic thing to know is when the president steps down, the vice president usually steps up. Now, Kamala Harris did not do her fucking job, not one bit. She didn't lower the gas prices. She didn't even attempt to put the border up. She didn't even do anything that Joe Biden was doing, if he was doing anything. So, like, to me, that's pretty messed up. I would be so worried if we had Kamala as president. But she's like, I'm waiting till I'm president to lower the gas prices. Well, Joe Biden stepped down, so get your ass out of bed and do something. Instead of doing a press tour rant in these Swiftie bitches all for Kamala Harris. I used to like Taylor Swift, but after that I'm like, fuck that. I don't like Taylor Swift anymore. I like her old music. I'll still listen to it every now and then, but I do not like Taylor Swift. I just don't support that. And like, Trump has never asked for money. Kamala has asked for a lot of money. He's never asked for money. So I feel like our country will hopefully be better for at least 4 years. Hopefully it stays that way and that somebody can do something better about this, because Trump has 4 years to clean up this country's crap. And imagine if we had another Democrat, let alone Kamala Harris, run for presidential election. If she was to be president, that'd be pretty messed up. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. So, the thing I think about is when Obama ran for 2 terms or whatever, they were consecutive. Now, Trump is running for president. Now, Trump is president now, but he was president back in 2016. Because those were not consecutive, is he up for the 2028 election? It's crazy to say that. Is that possible? Or do you think he'll just be done? Because if we have somebody as corrupt as Kamala Harris, Hunter Biden, Sleepy Joe Biden, Tim Walz, whatever, I think our country is going to be in more trouble. So basically what I'm saying is, Trump, you have 4 years to make this country great. Please make it great, and everybody go MAGA. And stay MAGA and be MAGA. MAGA forever. I don't know if I'm going to keep posting political commentary, but this is just like why I voted for Trump. And I hope you enjoyed this 30-minute rant and enjoy my little cat. So, see ya. Love you guys. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on all those post notifications for when I upload a brand new video. Bye.